Hi, I'm Allison Kaplan Sommer, and this is Haaretz's special midterm elections coverage. Today, we're going to talk about the House of Representatives. So we know that the Democratic Party is expected to take back the House of Representatives this year, but really that has nothing to do with the Middle East, despite everything that's going on with Israel, with the Palestinians. It's a race that's all about domestic issues and all about President Trump. But the fact that the House races are mostly about domestic policies doesn't mean that their tone and the outcome won't be really important for the future of U.S.-Israel relations, and that American Jews and Israelis aren't paying close attention to them. There are some trends in these House races that are encouraging and that are disturbing. Now, what you find encouraging and what you find disturbing or very disturbing, of course, depends on your political point of view. So I've been reporting about some of the Republican candidates who are like nothing we've seen before when it comes to somebody who's been nominated by a major political party. We're talking about unabashed anti-Semites. We're talking about not just metaphorical Nazis, but actual Nazis. In the state of Illinois, Arthur Jones is actually a former member of the American Nazi Party, uniform and everything. He no longer wears the uniform, but he's still a Holocaust denier, and he's still an outright anti-Semite. Another Illinois GOP nominee for a House seat is Bill Fawell, who's a conspiracy theorist who has blamed the Mossad and the CIA for 9/11. The same goes for John Fitzgerald, a House candidate in California, who's also a 9/11 truther and blames the Israeli government for the attacks in 2001. He's had robocalls going out in his name saying that people needed to vote for him in order to prevent the Jewish takeover of America. So if you talk to Jewish Republicans, to pro-Israel Republicans, and you ask what they think about these terrible anti-Semitic fringe candidates running under their party's banner, they say it's terrible. They'll point out that the party has renounced them, but they'll say, if you want to look at the real dangers, look at the Democrats. They say that their progressive wing has candidates who are genuinely harmful to Israel and genuinely harmful to American Jewry in a way that their candidates are not. In these midterms, riding on the huge wave of progressive energy that we're seeing are candidates who are willing to criticize Israel more directly and sharply than ever before. On the Democratic side, we're seeing candidates like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in New York, Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar, who are from Michigan and Minnesota, who are very likely to be the first two female Muslim members of Congress, and other women who are really activists who are inspired to rise up on the wave of resistance energy to fight Donald Trump, but they are also willing to criticize Israel in very strong terms.
What people are starting to see, at least in the occupation of Palestine, is just an increasing crisis of humanitarian condition.
So when you get into Congress, will you vote against U.S. military aid for Israel?
Absolutely. To me, you were never going to get peace until we start talking about integration.
I do believe that you never get to having peace without justice.
These progressive candidates have actually inspired a lot of young American Jews who view themselves as progressive and part of the resistance against Donald Trump. So despite their positions on Israel, they're getting a large degree of Jewish support. For a lot of progressive American Jews, it's just a no-brainer. They too have become alienated from the current Israeli government. They're critical about its policies regarding the Palestinians, regarding the nation-state law, regarding religious pluralism. So their views on Israel pretty much line up with these candidates, and so they're supporting them both domestically and in terms of their foreign policy. This, I think, is a sign of what many are observing as the growing divide between young American Jewry in particular and the state of Israel. This all looks like it's adding up to a very exciting election day, and one that will definitely influence the U.S.-Israel relationship in years to come. So stay tuned to our special elections coverage on Haaretz.com.